What's going on, guys? Hope all is well. Thank you for coming back to the channel. I know your time is not free, so I'm grateful for every single time you watch these videos and share part of your time with me. I do appreciate it. Now, if you could help me out, there's a free red subscribe button down there somewhere, guys. Just pound that button, guys. It's going to help me out. It's going to help my ego, and it's going to make me want to put more videos out for you guys that I spend more time on, that I think about, and they're better videos for you that can help more. Now, what I want to talk about today, guys, is how to buy rental properties, the type of properties that are more likely to appreciate in value. So obviously, rentals have two different opportunities for them. Actually, there's a lot of opportunities, tax advantages and things like this, but the main two are cash flow and equity appreciation. Now, some of you guys live in markets that just simply are so low price point and they never will go up too much, so appreciation is not a big play. And then some of you guys are in markets that are so volatile, be very careful if you're looking at appreciation. But I'm talking about just a generic bread and butter, typical rental property, how to find the ones that are going to go up in value. So the first thing is, guys, let's look at the type of area that you're buying them in. The first one up here, guys, I want to talk about secondary markets, even tertiary markets outside the secondary markets. This has been a key to my success over the years. I started buying north of Dallas in an area called Grayson County. Now everybody's going to come up here, kind of too late now, but not really, actually, I'm still buying up here. But the point is, I started buying outside the Metroplex. One reason was I got outside the big competition of the major city where all the training companies are coming through, all the masterminding groups, all the real estate clubs. So there's less competition the farther you go from the major city, and there's also less money. Now, as these areas grow and money flows into them, property values can go up. So let me kind of talk about this and what's happening all around North America right now. If you look at this drawing right here, this is basically like a dartboard. That bullseye in the middle, that's the major metroplex. That's downtown. All the high rises, all the big banks, all the big corporate buildings, where all the jobs are, where the most money is in any area. So if you look at the job density, the capital density, it's all in the center of the market, or in the center of the city. Now, as you move out from the city, you get into secondary markets and tertiary markets. You get into those cities that are like 20, 40, 60,000 people. And then you get out into that farthest range where you're in little farm country towns where it's like 1,000 people, 1,500, maybe 3,000 to 5,000 people per city. Now, what you need to look for is the path of progression, where the money's coming to, where the development's happening. You can do this in a lot of different ways, guys. One, just look around you, see if things are being developed. If there's a lot of commercial developments and a lot of new things going in, like new chain restaurants like In-N-Out Burgers and Starbucks and new gas stations popping up, you're about to see a big boom in that area. And if you start buying now and get ahead of the growth, when all that money floods in to come into to basically participate in this new area that's being built out, to go utilize these new commercial strips and all these new places that are being built, that money is going to drive the property values up as competition is created, because they can't build houses as fast as the people that want to move to these new nice areas, if that makes sense. So look for new chain restaurants coming, progression of commercial developments, big ones. Also look for, you can go down to the city and ask them about, city growth planning, and you can go sit in city meetings. Some of them talk about projected growth rates and things like this. So you don't want to buy in areas that have already built out, because they're less likely to appreciate. You want to buy in areas that are growing and starting to grow faster, where people are moving to, because when people move to areas, money comes with them, if that makes sense. So start looking for areas growing and buy out ahead of the path of progression. Now, number two right here, migratory patterns. Start thinking of areas in this country right now where people are escaping, and escaping where they're escaping to, if that makes sense. The most common one that most people should know about is people are escaping California left and right? They're literally escaping. I was literally just there for an event, guys. It was insane. There's like grass on like their major streets and sidewalks that was like chest high. I'm talking about like a war zone. And these were pretty nice areas, what I thought were supposedly supposed to be nice areas. So I understand why people are fleeing California. They're coming to Texas, they're coming to Florida, right? So anytime these big migrational patterns are happening where people are escaping from one area to go to another area, as they move, they don't just move their physical body, they move their entire net worth with them, if that makes sense. They're bringing the money, they're bringing their families, and they're bringing everything. So these areas where people are flooding into, what do you think could happen as more money enters the marketplace and inventory levels go down, and there's more people wanting those nicer, fewer houses that are left? Property values can go up, right? Okay. Now this third one down here, what I want to talk about is new employment. This is new employment in a form of big corporations, talking about like giant corporations that just announced that they're moving a plant, they're moving some type of headquarters to a new city or a small city. Also, parlay this on top of the first one I talked about in secondary markets. If you find a small market where Amazon or Apple or one of these big companies says we're moving a plant here and we're bringing 10,000, 5,000 jobs or something like that, guys, and there's only tens of thousands of people in that area, that's a lot of new energy, a lot of new dollar flow coming into that marketplace, and the likelihood that your rental properties go up in value are much higher in these areas. Now, as you notice, these three things I'm talking about, secondary markets, looking for the development path growing, looking for city planning, looking to see where the dollars are coming. Up here, migratory patterns, people moving from one city or one state to another state, bringing their money with them. This last one, new employment, big companies bringing a lot of jobs, bringing a lot of money to an area. What do they all have in common? Increased money flow. So anywhere you can see path of progression where an expectation in the future, a lot of money is coming in on a mass scale, these are areas where I'd be looking, guys, to buy potential rental properties. I hope you like this video. I hope it gives you some kind of ideas on what to think about as you're looking forward in the future to build your portfolio, guys. But I've always done the best, not buying in the major cities, in these secondary markets that are emerging. And as they grow, so does the price point of the property. I'll see you on the next one, guys. I appreciate you watching these videos. Have a good day.